What do we owe our fellow human beings? This was a question raised by Muhammad Ali, the great heavyweight boxer. Um, in 1967, he was stripped of his heavyweight boxing title because he had refused to be drafted into the United States Army in the battle against the Viet Cong in Vietnam. And he is reputed to have said, "I ain't got nothing against the Viet Cong." He saw the people who America was supposed to see as their enemies as people that were human like him, and he had no objection to their way of life or their communist beliefs or anything else because they were fellow human beings. And this sprung out of his Muslim beliefs, and he was indeed a Muslim minister. He paid a considerable penalty for his refusal to be drafted into the army because the ban that went alongside and was issued on this day in 1967, the ban that went alongside the forfeiture of his title was for 3 years, and he was right at the top of his career. Of course, we know that he came back after that 3 years out of the ring and once again won the heavyweight title. But nevertheless, he was willing to pay that quite considerable price to stand by his principles. And it struck me as a very interesting way of looking at the obligation we have to our fellow human beings, that our care for them and our standing up for them when they're receiving injustice, as he thought the Viet Cong were, it's the rent that we pay for our room on this planet. In other words, that we're all possessors of this earth that we live upon, and we all owe to each other and to the earth a debt for being allowed to be here and to share it with other human beings. Christians might put it, while accepting that way of looking at it, might also have another way of describing it, that our care for other people is the gift that we give in response to the gift we've been given. That what we're doing when we care for other people, whether it's just one-to-one individually or in a broader sense, standing up for injustice or contributing to a charity, what we're doing in response to the life that we've been given, to the joy that we receive in being in this life, in this earth, and enjoying all that it has to offer. It's a great gift that we've been given by God. And what we're doing when we care for it and for others is giving back to it the gift of our time and our energy and our resources, a way of saying thank you for the wonderful gift of being alive here on this marvellous earth.